Oftentimes, when playing a Dungeons & Dragons campaign, I found my players tuning out during descriptions. Alright, well that's what happens. Jason? Yeah, I'm listening. No, you're dead. Forgetting plot points. Okay, wait, so we have to take the bracelet, the book, to the contact, and then throw hands. Hand it off, same thing. No, and just plain lacking enthusiasm. Well, that's it. You've won. All that's left to do is finish him off. Describe to me how you'd like to do it. I don't know, I stab him, I guess. If these things happen to you, it can make the game feel kind of painful. But that doesn't mean you should stop trying. Dungeons & Dragons is a fantastic game, and I guarantee you'll miss out if you cut it short. My name is Dhiren, and in this video, I'm going to talk to you about how you can improve storytelling in your Dungeons & Dragons experience. And by the end of this video, your players, well, they'll still space out, but hopefully, it'll be a lot less. Hopefully. If you've ever seen movies, cartoons, or read any YA novels, then you know that action is the crux of attention. Now, I don't necessarily mean explosions and feats of combat, unless of course it's handled tastefully. But in this case, I'm talking about flow. Whether you're reading a compelling book, watching a high-octane movie, or playing an immersive video game, one thing that makes that media a great one is the constant flow of stimulation. Things keep happening to capture your attention. Each medium has their own specific way of doing this, and the same rules apply for Dungeons & Dragons. Let's imagine for a second that you got all these pages full of lore in your next campaign and it's all brilliantly cohesive, everything just fits and lines up perfectly. But now you're playing the game and your players seem bogged down. I mean, no doubt they're following along, but there's just no interest. Don't throw it out though, it's not because you've written a bad story, I'm sure it's great, it's because it's cohesive. Unlike a book, you have no control of your players' actions, and even less control over the characters they play. I like to think that the core of Dungeons & Dragons is malleability. You can give your players a well planned out encounter with awesome sound effects and cool combat scenarios, and they can just screw it all up. I mean they just find that one loose thread in your plans, completely by chance, and it's just fine. You know, a new avenue gets opened, and another page of my writing is torn. But the thing is, that's the fun of the game. It's the aspect of anything happening that keeps the game exciting and fresh. You can find a pre-written story anywhere, but this game brings random fun and sometimes just plain stupid fun. So in essence, you would need to go against all your writing instincts and intentionally poke holes in your story. Make it so that anything could be changed if it needs to be, and of course having a couple of backup plans never hurts. But the idea is to avoid forcing players into one single outcome, because if you do that, then the whole game just becomes a book they have to sit through, and nobody has fun after that. In a simple example, a devious shopkeeper could plan to overcharge your players. But what if they figure out his scheme and they counter it? Or they could simply steal the product from the shop outright. Instead of sticking to the swindle, you can improvise, and by doing this, you give the players a chance to affect their surroundings, which ultimately makes the game feel a bit more immersive and responsive. I mean, even a simple combat encounter could end with your players defeating the bad guys, but you see, we don't know for sure that they'll do that. So it can just become an open-ended encounter. And who knows, maybe they'll befriend that goblin that you had absolutely no plans for, take him with them, and suddenly you got another liability to keep track of, to play act with, to interact with, think of ways to kill off, all kinds of fun stuff like that, you know? Now there's one last thing. Now this is related to story structure, but it's more of a tip than a hard rule. I've made the mistake of talking way too much, and I've seen other dungeon masters do exactly the same thing. They, or should I say we want the players to see exactly what we envision. And so the descriptions, they tend to go on and on about the color of the tree leaves, the reflection of your face in the nearby puddle, the way you move during every swing of your sword, blah blah blah, puts everybody to sleep with a natural 20. What I've learned is that firstly, some players simply don't care about descriptions. They just want to know what happens when A hits B. Secondly, for those cultured players who appreciate description, less is almost always more. The way our brains work, we can interpret without thinking, and imagine with only the smallest details simply by attribution. It's sort of like how you can more or less read a sentence where each word only contains their first and their last letter. You can spend minutes describing the canopy of trees, allowing only a modicum of light to filter through the verdant leaves as you walk along a traveled dirt path. But if you tell a player that they're in a lush forest, chances are they'll imagine all of that, and maybe more, honestly. It might sound nitpicky, but I truly believe that this can spell failure if it's used too obsessively. Players don't usually suffer from a lack of enthusiasm, just an excess of jargon. And one final note about structure. If you're nervous about plot holes, there's one piece of vital information that always helps me. The players don't know when you just make stuff up on the spot. I swear you can't be caught if you just play it off right. I've done it so many times to my players. I still don't think they know. In any case, I hope this little guide helped you in your quest for improvement. I think it's important to find a good balance between meticulous and improvisation. And to those who think that this is a lot to remember just for a game, you should see the rulebook.